Welcome. My name is Gaston Trey King. I am the author and narrator for The Connection Forging Steel. I'm joined today by Marcus Roberts, our editor and co-narrator for The Connection Forging Steel audiobook.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Let's get in. First
one we got. What were your first thoughts when we began this audiobook journey, and what excited you most?
Money. I think it was a little bit of excitement, but also that pause that you get where, in the most complimentary way, I've never read the book, so I didn't know what to think about it.
Yeah.
And then once we started, I was in it. That's what excited me most.
That's fair.
Is the fact that I was sad when he would stop reading.
That's true. That's fair.
What about you?
I was most excited to meet with you in Starbucks that first day, day one.
Okay,
and it was back in, I think, November of 2024. And I hit you up and I'm like, Marcus, honestly, I'm going to be 100% real with you. I have this idea and I really want to do an audiobook. Are you interested and or available? You said, let's meet, let's talk. These are my terms. And we came to understanding. We knew what we wanted to do. I think really just us hanging out, talking, checking in before each one.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, I think that was good. Genuinely my favorite part. And what I was most looking forward to was getting to know you throughout this journey as well. Cheers to that, brother.
How did our creative... I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about a lot of these questions. How did our creative roles evolve throughout the process of bringing this story to life?
Oh, gosh.
Run it.
I think both of our creative roles evolved numerous times.
Absolutely.
I had no previous experience voice acting or being a narrator, and your excitement and vote of confidence in me and the story and that you were taking to the story, I think really got me there. But not only that, but also when you would narrate and you would take on a character, I would almost like walk you through it, give you that little piece of inspiration or that little tidbit about the character that maybe you didn't know just as an outsider reading it for the first time.
Yeah, it was good. It was every time I ever read any sentence, I would then go notes, and then he would give me a note, and then usually we'd get there pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say the more you listen, the better it gets. Not just because of the story, but also just with our taking to the story, us trusting each other with creative choices and really getting there together.
You can ask a lot of artists this, especially when a project takes a long amount of time. You evolve as it goes on, and with this, I got way better at my job the further it went, and I got more comfortable, confident, and also just faster. Your voice, not only did the character mature at this point, but also your voice matured, and I didn't tell you it changed because it worked so well. It was it worked so well, and then a character from before comes back, and then that cued your mind to speak a little lighter, and I'm nobody's gonna hear it or notice it, but I did, and it was really cool in the room.
Well, maybe you'll notice it now when you listen to it.
Don't patronize us.
All right. Were there moments where one of us brought an unexpected idea or change that reshaped the final product?
Absolutely. I can't think of specific moments.
I was going to say pick and choose, man, because there was so many personally.
I know there were a couple moments where you read a specific line and then I just hit you with the quick hey, a little more somber.
Yeah.
And those cooked along with, I guess on my side, you were very nice about letting me take a few liberties. You let me get away with a lot of reverb and artsy stuff.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
But it was those reverbs and those moments and those artistic moments where you put a little sound effect, just made it more immersive and believable, and just really opened up that world for listeners everywhere. So I really enjoyed those moments because 9 times out of 10, you were right on the money.
Yeah, some of the songs had to be changed, and it's fine, for the better.
But I think that was once out of all the songs, I was like, hey, can we change this one? And I think it was only because we were coming out of a high energy scene and we learned this brand new piece of information. And then we start the chapter with somber music. But it was cool, and it all worked out.
Heck yeah. From your perspective, what was the most challenging scene to bring to life and why?
See, I could cop out and say chapter 1 because it was so new to me.
Do it.
But
if you don't have a real one, I think that's a good one.
No, I want to think.
It's a brand new world for you too, you know what I mean? And that's interesting, right?
In a sense, yes.
Yeah.
And it came from up here, but it's evolved. It's evolved.
But there's a difference between hearing how Herschel sounded in your mind versus you having to now describe that to people with your own voice.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And that's hard.
Because in my mind, Herschel always sounded like William Dafoe. And I don't sound like William Dafoe. But no, a specific moment that came to mind that I found the most difficult to record was actually the chapter. Justin just joined the WTs in the cultivation squad. No spoilers. But him and his partner see something going on in the distance. Todd, friends.
Oh, that scene.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was incredibly difficult for me personally because as a writer, when you're in it, I cried so much writing that scene. And I think Marcus can even attest that you can hear that I'm getting choked up talking about it as I'm reading this. And because I'm there, I see my partner going through the motions. I see Coco feeling these things and the gears turning and the bells. Don't get me started on the bells. And it's probably...
That's as much as you can say without spoiling.
Yeah, it's one of the most powerful scenes emotionally, and it just took a lot out of me to get there. But I would be interested to know yours.
For my most challenging scene, it's going to be fun. Because I think there are a lot of hard scenes, even arguably chapter 1, because it's brand new. I don't know what to do, but it was also so easy to get into it, especially the highway scene. I was pretty much fighting through the editing to just get to that point. So it was just getting back on the bike. Chapter 2 was super hard because I didn't have another highway scene to fall back on.
Exactly.
And obviously 15 took me days. Like 14 hours, I think.
You put in so much work. I mean, when you're looking at the screen, it's just like...
It's good.
It's like a maze. There's so many different
every
sound
5
effects.
minutes, my Adobe would crash.
Oh my god.
And it's because, like, it's one of those things where, like, I zoomed out and my buddy Ethan looked over and went, dang, that looks like a movie timeline with how much stuff's on there. And then I sat there and went, it is like an hour and 15 long.
It is legit.
That is,
like...
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
How did the experience of recording or editing the audiobook deepen your connection to the characters or themes?
Oh, okay. I'm going to be so quick because I was so excited to hear your explanation of this. So, I'm so glad you got to read it first.
Hey, you told me it was my question, so.
So, yeah, I mean, it was really cool. I got to really experience them, and then also doing the editing wise, especially when you give multiple takes of the same character, because there were some takes where maybe the emotion and everything was better, but Liza wouldn't have said that vowel like that.
Exactly.
And that's where I got a deeper understanding, and also pacing too, and also I got to like learn more what makes that character different from the rest, even though you voice like 80 people in this.
It was probably like 15 or 20. I don't know.
45.
No.
200, something like that.
No.
I think around 3,000. But I want to know how it deepened your connection with characters, because you already knew that.
Yeah.
You already knew the characters and the themes. How did this experience?
So in my mind, as I imagine most authors do, have an ideal perspective about each character, what they sound like, what they look like, how they act like in certain situations. And it's so difficult because I know my voice is never going to be that original character that I imagined them to be. So all I could do was do the best version of them that I could.
Did they become more human after you voiced them?
I'd say so. I mean, obviously Herschel. I think Herschel telling the story in chapter 1, I think that made everything kind of come to life for me in the beginning.
I think Noah's a really good one, where if I read all of Noah's lines in my head, I think he would have been just a jerk, and I wouldn't have been at all apathetic to him. But at the end of the day, his job is to be literally Superman. And so, because he has to do that 24/7 because he's always on call, his family also gets that Superman side, and he can't be the guy that's like, I genuinely wanted to make it there, but people were dying. I had to go help. I think that's. I think with the performance, that idea rings truer than just. If I would have just read it, I think my brain wouldn't have stopped that book.
And I wanted that. I wanted people to understand the layers of Noah Steele, and he is a complex character, and he wants to be better, just like all of us. And I wanted to paint that picture. You can be the top hero of the country and still want to improve yourself, not for the sanctity of your own sake, but for your family, for your friends, the people in your life.
Maybe that attribute is why he became the top protector. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. There's a lot of
It's a fine balance of pride, self-worth, and also just wanting to take care of others. I just broke your pen.
That's okay. It's okay. It wasn't supposed to survive. Noah kicks ass, and he fights really well in chapter 2. So something to look forward to.
Any ADHD stimmers out there in chat?
That's okay.
This is all of my pens. All of my pens break this way because I just,
That's okay.
I need a baby pen. That has a full flick back so I can flick it, get that stem out. Alright, you ready for me to read the next one?
Yes, I think you're on to the next question.
Hi, Baxter.
Yeah, Baxter's just sleeping over here. He just
chilling.
wanted to be present. He's here.
I like that guy.
He's a good boy.
Good host.
Yeah.
Were there particular character voices, emotional beats, or pacing choices that required extra collaboration?
Oh my gosh, yes. And that was a consistent check-in throughout the entirety of the process. I think every interaction Russ would have with Justin, we would stop,
sure.
check in, we would address, okay, how's Justin feeling? How's Russ feeling? What happened before this? What are they trying to do? Where things changed with Russ and Justin, things changed with Justin and Liza, or things changed with Justin and Roxanne. So there was that consistent flow of change that you have to bring the reader along the way.
Honestly, I think these were some of my favorite parts, where I'm listening and then you would say something and then I would have you pause and I'm like, how does Justin feel in this situation? Because I didn't want to lead you to anything that you didn't intend, and you would just tell me exactly how the characters are feeling, what you were trying to get across, and then there would be moments where it'd be like, okay, perfect, run that back, do it a little softer, give a little beat before you say it. And usually it would be like that one take. And I think those were moments that I really liked because it felt like collaboration. Yeah. And honestly, I felt like I was useful in those moments.
You were.
Like I was part of the job.
Yeah.
We were just like working it out,
Exactly. How did we approach designing the sound environment, including music, effects, and silence to elevate key scenes?
You can take this one if you want. I don't know.
I mean, we've been talking a lot, and one I think that particular comes to mind, just regarding environment, I would say the fighting portion, the combat portion.
Ooh, okay. That's interesting.
Because there is that mix. There are those layers, but it's also the most combat within the scene. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make that decision that we include more fighting sound effects because I think it would put the reader or the listener on the mat with those WT challengers.
Yeah.
Personally,
one of my favorite ones that I got all icy with was was end of chapter 1. Spoilers. Lilith death scene.
It was a heightened scene.
Well, like it's all these heavy things, and I made sure to build the fire, build the thunder, build the rain, make it all loud, and then it just cuts to you, and you realize that. Do you say Lilith?
I say Laura.
You say Laura. Sorry, the beautiful woman that I'm talking to does not care about Laura in the slightest. She keeps feeling sad for Lilith, so that's why you hear like the PC fan in the back, and you hear him in his office
the Buddha
whisper that to himself, because it's just like that's when you remember that not only is he powerless to save her, he's not even in the same like city type beat, and it's just like, and that's kind of one of those things where it is a common theme that he goes through. At the end of the day, he tries so hard, but sometimes it was just always impossible to begin with.
Yeah. Which happens
No.
to a lot of us.
Was there a moment where the audio elements fully clicked, felt like a cinematic experience?
Absolutely. And this happened multiple times. But I'm going to talk about one area that we haven't mentioned yet.
I'm interested.
And it's about your boy Herb. It was, I think, Justin's first official day. Herb has this classroom setting, and he's asking his students about the history of Ignatia and the history of WT. Even the lighter felt cinematic.
Where audio elements clicked was probably the combat experience, because that's the moment where I got pretty much 98% of the fight sounds I used for the rest of it, and I got my pace, and I knew it was that moment that I was like,
Balance.
Yeah. And the only other time that I felt like anxiety was
Combat portion?
Ion Blast.
Ion Beam, yeah.
Yeah, that was the only other time where I'm like, I'm anxious because I no longer have my tools, but I just locked in.
You did, and you did a lot of legwork for the combat portion, and you were able to use those sound effects for the future project, and I think it all paid off.
Pretty good book.
All right.
Good book. I'd listen to it.
I think you are listening to it.
I am.
What was the most surprising or experimental sound choice we ended up loving? I loved the sound effect for the partner patch. And that, at first I'm like, okay, wait a minute. It's a very complex device, so I was very intrigued how he was going to capture that sound effect just by one button, and there was layers, and you could hear the transfer. I loved it, and I think that one's very relevant because it did surprise me in a very pleasant way.
Yeah, real talk, same. I liked Protector's Armor. I liked the patch things, how it came out, especially the Adrenaline one.
The adrenaline button. It was different.
I like it a lot. Oh, bells.
Well,
I don't know if you're gonna like bells.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
And then what? Can you recall my email response to the bells?
Yeah. I rode that high for a minute, though.
I responded back, and I'm trying to remember verbatim. Immediate goosebumps. I was in tears. Something to that end.
It was that. I think that was my favorite experimental sound. Was every moment that I got inspired by something small and made it into something big. The bells, I think you just like heard a bell or something like that, or it was just it's written like a bell sounded in my head or something like that, and then that moment went done.
You know what's funny? When my mind, when you go to a concert and you're so close to the speaker, your body is vibrating. It was initially, in my imagination, something like that. Something where his whole body internally starts to shake.
Yeah.
And the bells, not only could you feel the vibration, but also you can feel where things are starting to turn for Coco in the story. Hit me with your best shot.
Can you share a behind-the-scenes moment when something went wrong and how we fixed it together?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
No,
Okay.
I've got a good. When I originally pieced this book together, there were a lot of missed edits.
Interesting. Yeah.
In general, this was my first book, and I am sorry that it did happen. That I did not have all of my ducks in a row when it came to putting out the best project possible, because you hire editors and you think they're going to do their job after paying them hundreds of dollars for their time on Fiverr. Don't do that.
I like how you're approaching this topic unbiasedly too. It's really nice. You're keeping a level head. Not sharing any personal experience with the matter. It's impressive.
It was a very frustrating process, but
Couldn't tell.
Marcus was immensely patient and understanding. When I would stop right down the line, that was either there was an incorrect word or the syntax was incorrect. We did go back. We addressed every line that was grammatically incorrect together.
And it was fun because I got to be the audience member in the room. Whenever he would hit one of these moments, kind of like the vice versa where I would talk about performance with you, it would be the moments where this sentence feels weird. Either you didn't like it or I didn't like it, and then I just simply ask you like what you're trying to convey, and then I would just be able to honestly say, oh yeah, no, I got that from that sentence, or not, or whatever. Because there's also, to give you credit, a lot of sentences where you felt like it was weird, and then I'm like, nah, dude, this is fine if not good.
Remember those moments?
Yeah, and it would be like,
and then
15 minutes.
15 minutes of going down a rabbit hole.
And then you reread it one more time, you're like, it sounds fine. I'm like, I know. I was
you're-
just letting you chef it up, man. I was letting you cook.
Yeah, I was thankful for your patience. It happened more than once, unfortunately.
At least twice.
Yeah. What do you hope listeners take away from hearing this story instead of just reading it?
Quote, God, this guy can edit.
Okay, an appreciation for the editor.
That's all I want. So I want them to go, damn, somebody very rich should pay this guy to make more stuff. That's what I want people to take away instead of reading it.
I want them to see themselves in Ignatia. I want them to think...
Oh, yes! I want them to think of what animal they would get.
Yes! I want them to visualize themselves applying for the WT application, to going to the Animal Bridging Council and seeing what animal they personally would get after surpassing all the different trials and tribulations.
Yeah, I want them to honestly think to themselves and go, gosh, would I want to like be part of the exploration squad and do that, or would I be more of like a transporter? I have sat there and went, imagine being part of the transportation squad and you have a penguin.
Honestly, that's still kind of a vibe.
Still a bird.
Dive deep, go in open-minded, and see what you learn, see what you find out. You might find something out completely new about a different animal you maybe never even heard of, aka Coatamundis.
I would be part of the suits, and well, like that side, I would have a penguin, but I would be a stage actor.
Anyway.
The penguin, if it was a comedic role, the penguin would be on stage. If it's dramatic, the penguin actually helps out with tech.
We're probably gonna cut this part.
He's fantastic.
Anyway.
He's fantastic. Always formal dress wear because he has a built-in tuxedo.
Oh man.
His name is Herbert.
Suits don't get animals, Marcus.
His name is Herbert.
Oh, Herb is not a penguin.
Not Herb.
Oh.
My penguin's name is Herbert.
Okay.
It's a big island.
All right. Well,
They can both exist.
maybe.
Do you wanted to announce something important?
Yes, no, I do.
You wanted to...
Yes, I do. Little Easter egg for all my patient viewers out there who have tuned in. You're going to get to see something that nobody else has gotten to see before, and it's going to be the cover.
Whoa!
That's right. So we're going to do a cover reveal here. Just kind of let that sink in.
Wow, looks nice.
Yeah, no, I know. I love it. I love it. Justin is going to face entirely new enemies, pillars within the AFA he had no idea even existed. And it's all thanks to this new chapter in his life that he's going to have to face with Coco. But I can't do it alone. So I've enjoyed this process with Marcus so very much.
Baxter, come on up.
Okay, okay, he's sleeping. So I've enjoyed this process with Marcus so incredibly much that I've asked him to be my developmental editor for the sequel.
Yes!
And which means we're going to tackle this sequel together as well. He's going to be reading and reviewing each chapter as I've written it. I'm probably about a little bit more than halfway done, but I am interested to get his side and his perspective to see how the story goes.
I've got chapter 1 printed out, sitting on my printer right now.
So he has the copy of chapter 1, and it picks up right after the end of the first story. I'm talking right after the end. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to continue to follow the story of Justin and Coco. You're going to learn and meet different characters that are going to help Justin and Coco grow in order to get to the next level. Are you editing already?
Yeah.
He's taking notes. Marcus, how does that make you feel, man? Like,
whatever.
Oh, shit. Baxter, come on down.
Baxter, come on down.
No.
I'm super excited and honored, and that you would just ask me to be the development. That's so cute.
Yeah,
it's so exciting.
Yeah, well,
so that's how I feel about it.
You helped me bring this project to life, and there's nobody else in my corner like you, and I feel like I can trust you not only with my work, with creative decisions, and it's proven to become better than I ever could have anticipated. You understand the piece, you understand what Justin likes, what Coco likes.
Yeah. Justin, cool, Coco, cute. That's it.
I mean, there's a little bit more than that.
Not really.
No, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, it's very exciting. So I think Tempering Steel, we're going to deal with Justin's aggression, the Protector's armor. Is it really this legendary ability? Is it a superpower? Or is it a curse? All these questions are all going to come to light. And I really hope each and every one of you listening definitely show up and show out, put your best foot forward for this fall, November 2025, The Connection, Tempering Steel.
We gotta get to work.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start writing notes.
I know.
That's the first time
Yeah, that's the first time I gave him the date, but that's okay. That's okay. We have
okay.
time.
We've got.
Yeah. I do recommend going to Spotify to download the book, or Audible to download the
Spotify
book.
Premium. You can listen to it free right now. That's how I'm doing it. I don't support Trey.
That's right. Spotify Premium.
Spotify Premium. Watch right now or listen right now.
Just go right now.
Just literally right now.
What are you
Listen
doing?
to chapter 1. See how it feels.
Think about anything else you could be doing right now.
Give it chapter 1.
But I guess until next time, thank you guys for coming, and happy reading.
And happy listening.
Happy listening.
The last 4 times I said this, all of them, the cup was empty.
Empty?
But I would pick it up, look at it, I'm like, well, I'm already too deep in.
Well, we're already here.